This is the electrical power box. You see here, it's actually in a closet. There's clothes in the closet, clothes everywhere else like that, and I cannot get access to it, and I'm in danger of damaging or making the clothing dirty, which I'd be responsible for. So I cannot get access to this electrical panel to look inside it. What I will do though is I will remove one of the outlet covers to check that we've got copper wiring in the actual building. I believe we have, because it's not that old, and therefore it should be copper. But on the day of the inspection I couldn't get access to the electrical. I removed the outlet cover in the kitchen. We're checking to see that we have copper wiring. We have copper wiring to the outlet. I'm in the guest bathroom, just off the hallway. There's the air conditioning unit in there, and you can see we have an outlet here. The outlet has a tester in it, and it's not working. When I try to independently break the circuit, it won't. In addition to that, that line indicates that it has an open ground on it. In other words, there's no ground on this particular unit. So this needs to be repaired by a certified electrician. Very simple job, but it needs to be done. This is the the master bathroom, and you can see we've got the GFCI tester here. It's not working when I press it. You can see there's only one light on, indicating we have an open ground. So this unit also needs to be repaired by a certified electrician and the ground fixed. This is a family room. We have an outlet beneath the table here with an open ground. I'm at an outlet. It's at the left of the front door, and again we have an open ground on that outlet. It's my recommendation that a certified electrician inspect and evaluate the condition of the wiring in this household, as the presence of open ground has been on 4 of the outlets that I've inspected. I'm measuring the temperature drop between the return air, which is what we're looking at here. See the laser light temperature sensor is on the return. See, we currently have a maximum temperature of 70 degrees. We're going to compare that with the temperature of an outlet, and we have a temperature of the outlet of 51. The minimum temperature is 51. This is the compressor condenser. We're actually at the outside of the building, and you can see down here there's been considerable damage to the fins. This unit is at the end of its safe working life. This damage is caused by continuous freeze, thaw, freeze, thaw cycles. When the unit starts to miss, not to work correctly, you get a freezing effect at the bottom here, and in the time it damages the fins, and that's what's happened here. As the fins get damaged, so the effectiveness of the unit drops. This unit is also not level, and that's going to reduce its effectiveness. I would say this is possibly an original unit from the house when it was built, and it's unlikely to last many more years in the current condition. I recommend that you ask an air conditioning engineer to evaluate the unit for the present moment and perhaps have it serviced. This is the air conditioning unit, the split system. It's actually located in a closet inside the house in the hallway. The unit here looks relatively new. There's never dates on these things, so I can't be explicit about the date it was manufactured or anything, or installed. This is a completely sealed unit. I can't take it apart because I'm not allowed to take things apart on a property inspection of this type. I can test it for gas leaks, etc, etc, which I will be doing, but the unit is installed okay. We have good exhaust pipe here on the heating pipe. The unit is running and the building is cooling. And from the condition of this, I'd say this unit has recently been replaced. When I say recently, within the last perhaps 5 years. the actual compressor, this is a split system, one part of the system here, the other outside, that is in very poor condition, and I would recommend that you get an evaluation by an air conditioning engineer about that unit before you buy the property. The static water pressure on the day of the inspection was just over 60 pounds. This is the plumbing inspection. We're looking at the plumbing of the dishwasher, and it doesn't have an anti-siphon device. We have hot water at the sink, and there's a slow drain at the vanity in the guest bathroom, but the drain at the bath in the guest bathroom runs perfectly. Yes, so there's a slow drain here. I would suggest that there's a small blockage in the P-trap of this unit that can easily be checked and cleaned out. This is a functional flow test. We're in the master bathroom. We have the shower running. At the same time, we have both the faucets open on the vanity sink, and you can see they're both running perfectly. So we have good function. This is the extractor fan, and you can hear the noise it's making. Also, the fan actually extracts to the attic rather than outside the building, which is not is a requirement nowadays. However, because it was an old house, you'd not be too concerned about it, but if you ever get a chance, you should actually vent it to the outside through the wall. Swimming pool inspection. On the right of the swimming pool, there's a crack running in the plaster down to the bottom of the pool. In addition to that, the caulking around the pool side is failing. Now this caulking, you can see it here, has a big gap that's opened up. That needs to be filled because that will allow water to get behind the pool wall, and that can cause damage in the future. So it needs recaulking, and that's true right away around the building, the pool itself. Now the cracking in the actual pool is in two areas and is running through the coping here down through the actual pool bottom itself, and right at the bottom here there's another crack. Now this cracking can be seen here. You can see it in the coping. It turns over here and then reappears down the bottom there as far as I can see. Now, I can't determine whether it's leaking or not. You'd have to carry out a leak test to determine that. But you should note that there is cracking in this pool. Over by the light on the far side, there's a crack running down from the coping stone through the plasterwork to the light itself. The pool light, which is here, is not operational. I've just turned it on at the switch and the light itself has... This is the filter. It's a dimension earth type. You can see here the gauge. It's deteriorated. There's no glass front on it, and therefore we can't vouch for the accuracy of this gauge. It's open to the weather. The pumps are currently running, and we're looking to see if we have any leaks at any point. The pool cleaner is operating. I've just turned it on and it's moving around the pool.
This is a skimmer. It's running and operating, and the basket is integral. It's in okay condition. These are the two drains in the bottom of the pool, and they're on incorrect type. They should be a safety type.